All right, so today's commute isn't too bad, but as I'm driving, I'm thinking about the idea of mentoring. See, I believe that mentoring is not just motivation, it's making. Mentoring is not just motivation, it's making. What do I mean by that? Oftentimes so now I'm gonna speak to men. This message spans all genders and anybody, but I want to talk directly to men and mentoring younger men, right? Men that are mature in the faith, a little bit older in years, but maybe just older in experiences and have a lot more experiences, mentoring the younger man who has limited experience and maybe younger in years as well. But the idea is someone with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge can pour into the other person that has very little or isn't as mature, right? So the idea of mentoring equals making more than motivating is this: ideas are lifeless when there's little implementation. If you don't take your ideas and put some movement behind it, put some activity behind it, put some tangible results and deliverables behind it, it just is speculation or air. Really, man, it's just air. Man, we got this big old truck over here right next to us. But when you think about ideas, everybody's got ideas, man. Everybody's got ideas. And you know, a lot of people have amazing ideas. The problem is sometimes ideas just don't come to life or isn't brought to fruition because they just stay there. Nobody's as driven to do the work to get it done. So that's what motivation is. Motivation is simply an idea. It's a concept that will encourage people, pump them up, get excited, right? And then that's it. Many times when people mentor younger people, we give them encouragement, we give them motivation, we give them life lessons. And you know what? As much as I agree with that, what I'm finding, especially in this millennial generation, we can motivate ourselves with YouTube videos, bro. I could go watch Rocky, you know, watch the Jackie Robinson baseball. One of my friends actually, he watched that recently, so that's why this came up. Is, dude, motivation can only take you so far. And when you mentor somebody, the more encouragement you give them and then you let them go, you trust that they're going to do the work, that's great, but that's very little movement on their, you can control very little of that transaction. The reason why mentoring should include making, meaning making things happen, making activity, is it's action. It's tangible force creating a movement forward for the progression of an idea into implementation. Make things happen. When you mentor, you want to make things happen. Here's a classic example. Like a more mature Christian talks to a younger man who's just out of college, just kind of living life and just there at the mom's house or whatever, or living with roommates, and they're just struggling, like, I don't know what to do in my life. And they're meeting with you and you guys just talk about, I don't know what to do in my life. And that's it. Like, you go and eat dinner and you share life and you do life at dinner and you talk about stuff, and that's it. Dude, that's all that's gonna be there is just air and the stuff you talked about. But when you understand the need, like a job, as for example, instead of motivating, hey, why don't you work on your resume? Why don't you work on the resume? Because you're the one who's smarter. You're the one who knows how to work a resume to tailor fit into the job positions that are better fit for his skill set. Why don't you create 5 different resumes for him? Because maybe he doesn't know how to do it. Or maybe he just is way too much going on in his life and he's deep in his mess and depression and he just doesn't have the oomph, the excitement to go do it. Then what you do now is you make it for him. You model it for him, and you bring him along in the journey. You offer that scaffold, and then you let him loose, because now he's got a template on how to do and how to see what fits. You sit down with him, you look at what he did for his resume, and then you rip it up based on the jobs that are out there on Indeed that might fit his skill set, that's not in the resume that he created, because he only knows what he knows. He doesn't know what you know and how to match that, marry the marketplace with his skill set, right? You do, because you got a job. You had multiple jobs. You probably have more jobs than how old he is. So that's what I'm saying. When you're mentoring young people, you want to make sure that it's a combination of motivation and making, where you actually model for them what it means to have a deliverable that matches whatever the goal is. It's not just, limited to jobs. There could be other things like passion, right? Or ministry. Like, I don't know if I'm just not motivated to go to work, and I don't know if I want to go to school, but I'm a good Christian boy. Then as a mature mentor, you give him ideas. Maybe I'll send you on a mission trip so you can get out of your current element geographically and physically and be immersed in service, and maybe God can speak clarity or help to start transforming your heart there in the mission field. But look, they're not going to think about that. And if other people encourage them to do that, they're not really going to be motivated to pursue it anyways. So that's where you come in as the mentor to make it happen for them. Guess what? You pick up the phone with him or her and you make the call to the missionary organization. You send the email. You look at the flights, right? You do all those things. These are the monotonous things that you would do for your child. Then why not do it for the person that you're mentoring, right? So mentoring is not motivation. And mentoring is not just motivation. It's also making. You make things happen with them so that you can model it for them. You offer the scaffold, and then you let them loose based on the template that you created and the experience that they've seen in firsthand perspective from what your experience with them was. So there you go. That's my rant about about mentoring for the mature Christian who's interested in engaging in a discipleship. There's the technical theological term for mentoring is discipleship. Discipleship isn't just motivation and sharing, venting. Nah, man. Discipleship is walking the journey of sanctification, walking the journey of transformation with the person that you're responsible for spiritually. And part of that journey is to do things for them as if you were doing it for your child. So I want to encourage all of you men that might be experiencing or encountering or feeling this sense prompting of the Spirit in your heart to start mentoring and discipling younger guys. Don't just limit it to encouragement and letting them vent and you trying to find out more and you trying to pour information into them. Now make sure that you also add the element of doing, like you literally doing for them what they're not doing for themselves, and then you model it for them and then you explain it. So hopefully that's helpful. The commute is still long, but I'm gonna end it there, and I want to lift you guys up in prayer as I do the same in terms of mentoring and modeling. And you know what, the things that I'm talking about isn't just air either, because I'm doing it. I had to write a resume yesterday and it was great because you could see the difference, right? You could see the difference between what my friend was doing and then what I was doing, and I matched it with the job that he was trying to go after, the plethora of jobs that are going there. And he was disappointed that he sent resumes and there was a reason why he didn't get called back, because the resume wasn't clear and specific to the skill set that he really had. He just wasn't able to put it together that way. So that's where I come in, right? So these things that I'm telling you, man, it's real life. I'm not just telling you because I'm telling you, dude. I'm doing it too, man. And I'm trying to be a good discipler as people are discipling me. So at any event, God bless, have a great day, and go mentor somebody.